Hi, I'm Jake with Broadway Home Medical, and today we're going to be going over a scooter that I'm very excited to hit the market. This is the all-new Buzz Around CarryOn HD from Golden Technologies, so stay tuned. The Buzz Around CarryOn from Golden Technologies has been our best-selling scooter ever since it's hit the market. We're really excited now that Golden has a heavy-duty version of that in its lineup. Before we get into operations of the scooter, I want to go over some quick specs with you. So the standard CarryOn had a 300-pound weight capacity. The heavy-duty version we have here today boasts a 400-pound weight capacity. You can get up to 4.29 miles per hour. Has a maximum range of 14.2 miles. That's with the 12.5 amp battery. There is a 6.5 amp battery option as well, as you can get 7.4 miles per charge. The total weight of this scooter is 77.5 pounds. But if we take the seat off and the battery out, you can cut that weight down to 52 pounds. And its unique design does make it extremely easy to load, which we'll go over that here in just a little bit. We'll put the rest of the specs up on the screen for you guys to take a look at. And then we'll go ahead and get into the operation of the scooter. So if you want to come in a little bit closer here. So like most scooters, this is operated using a key. So we're going to insert our key into our key switch here. Give it a quarter turn to the right. That powers it on. First thing you're going to see, these little lights that come on here. This is your battery meter. So if this is all the way full, let you know you have a full charge. And as you use the scooter, the battery lights will deplete, kind of letting you know how much of a charge you have left. As you can see right now, we've got 2 lights down, so we've been driving this around just a little bit. Like always, I recommend doing your best to avoid ever letting your battery get down into the red. If you run these things completely dead, you do run the risk of damaging the battery. We have our speed control here, and like a lot of scooters, we've got the tortoise and the hare. So tortoise is your slow speed, the little rabbit or the hare is your fast speed. So you can kind of fine tune your speed using this dial here. This is driven using a little throttle lever here. So, pull forward to go forwards with your right hand, pull forward with your left hand to go back. Or you can drive this one-handed if you have the proper dexterity for that. Back over to the front side of the dash here, or sorry, inside of the dash here. We have a little horn button here, definitely loud enough to let people know you're coming. There's a little toggle switch here that lets you turn the lights on. This does have a pretty impressive LED lighting package. That's pretty nice. There is a rear light with that as well. Definitely bright enough to let people see if you're out driving at night. Or if you're inside, you just need to light up like a dark hallway or something. So continuing on with the dash here, underneath the light switch and the horn, we have our charging port. This does take a XLR type charger. Just make sure that you are using one that's rated for lithium batteries. If you have other chargers out there, or if you're, lose your charger and go to buy a replacement, you want to make sure that it's lithium and not SLA. If you do use an SLA charger on this, you do run the risk of damaging the scooter, the batteries. So just be mindful of that. Then we have a little dust cap here to keep that clean. Underneath that, there's a little fuse here. Then we have a standard USB and then a Type-C port here as well. So it's a pretty nice feature. You can actually charge your cell phone and mobile device directly from your scooter if you need to. On the left-hand side, just like the standard CarryOn, this does come with a cup holder, which I think is a nice touch. Something new, this now comes with a cane holder too. So this little spot right here allows you to clip a cane in, and then you can use this little latch here to secure it. So that way, if you're driving your scooter out and about and you come up to a place where you need to be able to walk a little bit, or your scooter can't make it, carry a cane with you to help assist you on that journey. On the front of the scooter here, it does come standard with the front basket. I do really like the design of these baskets for the CarryOn because these are designed with travel in mind. So you can actually fold the basket up by pushing up on the bottom here and then folding into sides. And you can actually make this pretty small, so that way if you're traveling and you got a lot of luggage with you, this isn't taking up a ton of room in your cargo area. And then setting it back up is pretty simple and just slides over that little bracket right there. Another new feature that wasn't on the original CarryOn, and it seemed kind of silly or simple, but it's just this little block right here. It's kind of like, acts like a silencer. So what it does is it helps keep your basket from rattling too much and hitting your tiller, which is something that we have noticed at the original CarryOn. If you're driving over like brick or some rocky terrain, this can kind of rattle a little bit, make a little noise. So it's a nice little touch they put on there. The seat here, it's a standard 18-inch seat. It does have a lot more cushion and padding than the original CarryOn, so I do like that. We've got flip back arms, and these arms are actually removable as well. So if you flip them back, you can actually just take them off. Just be mindful if you do that you do still have this little piece sticking out here, so you don't want to scrape your legs against that while you're transferring on and off of your scooter. Let's see. So if we get down on the side here, we've got a little reflector. Then we have a little handle here, and there's another handle on the front. We'll show you that here in a little bit when we go over how to like fold and transport your scooter. But I like how they give you different parts to lift on here and grab a hold of. On the back here, we have a little kind of little storage basket or cargo area here. Also acts as a kickstand. And when we go over folding the scooter, that'll make a little bit more sense. Underneath that, we have our freewheel lever here. So if you need to pop this into neutral so you can roll your scooter, we're going to first turn the scooter off so it doesn't beep at us. And just pop that forward. That'll free it up, allow you to push the scooter. Just make sure you pop that back down when you want to go drive again. Otherwise, it's just going to beep at you. We've got our anti-tip lever wheels here. These are kind of spring loaded, which actually does help it too when you're folding it up, if you're standing it upright or wheeling it around. And you'll kind of see that here in just a second. So on the back of the seat, we've got a little storage pouch, which, it's always nice to keep your owner's booklet handy and some other small items there too. So let's see. Really about it as far as like the features of the scooter. So let's get into how you fold this thing up for transport. So first step, push forward on the back here so you can fold the backrest down. Similar to the standard CarryOn, there's a little lever right here that we're going to lift up on. That releases your seat so you can pull your seat off. If I remember right, the seat weighs 20 pounds. Next step in that process is we can remove the battery. A little button right here that says push, so we're going to push down on that and then just kind of pull up on our battery. The battery weighs 5 pounds. And then we have our seat base here. So on this, we're just going to pull out on these little tabs and just kind of rock that forward. Then we're going to remove our basket. And this yellow lever here, I'm going to squeeze that, and that allows you to fold your tiller down. So, and then like this, we're basically ready to go ahead and load it up. So a couple things you can do that are kind of unique to this one is you can actually stand this one up, and it will stand on its own. And those spring-loaded anti-tip wheels, they kind of move out a little bit to give you a little bit of a wider base. Makes it a lot sturdier, so it's not going to just tip or fall over. And then if you want to, if you're traveling, you can actually kind of fold that over or roll that over and use that to pull the scooter. As far as setting it back up to drive, we're basically just going to follow those steps in reverse. So we're going to pull that lever, raise our tiller up, bring our seat base back up. Then we are going to reinsert our battery. I always find it easiest if you kind of hold it upright, bring it all the way to the back, and then kind of rock it forward. And next we got our seat. So on the seat, we've got our center seat post here, and it's going to fit right down inside that hole. So I like to kind of hold it perpendicular to the plate, and then just kind of rock it forward. Make sure it locks in place. And then the basket just fits right over that bracket. And now we are ready to take it for a drive. So, and we're going to go ahead and give you a little test drive in our store here. Do kind of a little mock shopping experience to see how it handles through our aisles, and give you kind of a real world experience of what it's like to drive one of these. So for that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this at about half speed, and we're going to get moving. So this thing does handle really well. It's very responsive. You know, it turns really easily. Being a four-wheel scooter, this doesn't have, you know, the greatest turning radius, but it does give you that added extra stability. We're going to swing down this aisle here, and it definitely maneuvers really easy. And, you know, driving down aisles and shopping centers and stores really shouldn't be any type of an issue with this this scooter. Yeah. You know, and as far as like you know, making a you know, 360 in one of these, you know, it doesn't turn the sharpest, so you are going to need a decent amount of space if you're going to want to do like a full 360-degree turn. Yeah. You know, but it's also designed more so with travel in mind. So I think taking it out shopping, you really won't have much of an issue with it, but it does handle really good. So next, we're going to take it outside, give you kind of an idea of how it handles in our parking lot, going over cracks, bumps, things like that, find some light grass, and then give you our final thoughts. So stick around. Right. And we're back. So we're going to take you on a little outdoor test drive here. So we're going to get our scooter turned on. One thing to note, just like the original CarryOn, this thing does not have a swivel seat. But having those flip-up arms does make it still easy to transfer. For frame of reference, I'm about 6 foot tall, roughly 200 pounds. The scooter fits me pretty good. I do really like this new seat. I mean, it's very comfortable. The previous CarryOn version, I always felt like I was just too big for it, you know, and I'm not a super big guy. So, I mean, even though I don't need the weight capacity, if I was looking in the market for a scooter like this one would probably be one of my top choices just off of the overall comfort. The yellow lever we talked about earlier, I mean, it does allow you to fold the tiller down so you can get it folded up for transport. But also allows you to adjust the position of the tiller so you can get it lined up just where you'd like it for your, you know, arm length or however you want to feel when you're driving. So, so outside here, I'm going to go ahead and turn this thing up to full speed, and we're going to see how she handles. So. You know, the electric motors get up to top speed pretty quick. You know, it's not overly fast at 4.29 miles per hour, but it's not what it's geared for. You know, this is a travel scooter. So letting off the throttle, I mean, it does stop pretty quick. So far, going over bumps and cracks, I'm pretty smooth ride. So go ahead and hit our transition here and see how it handles that. Yeah, no problems. I don't actually hear any scraping or anything, so it's actually a pretty comfortable ride. So we'll swing over here and hit the sidewalk. See how it does going over these bumps. So I mean, you can definitely tell they're there, but the cushion in that seat, it's really soft. It's nice and padded. You're not really feeling much anything. It's not bone jarring or anything like that. So. All right, I'm gonna zip over here and see how she does in the grass. You know, one thing to note, this is definitely not designed for something to be driven through the grass, you know, at least very often. You know, this is a travel scooter, so yeah, hitting that bump, I could definitely feel the anti-tippers hitting, so we'll transition over to the grass and see how it does. So yeah, and so far no problems. Little bumpy there, but you know, again, like we talked about, it's not really designed for driving through the park or heavy grass. So you know, one thing customers have told us in the past is, yeah, their scooter might do really good going through their grass, but if they have to stop and then start, that's sometimes it stalls out or gets hung up. So we're going to see how this goes going from a complete stop. So a little hesitation going there, but yeah, we're moving right along. So definitely don't see that issue with this scooter. So, yeah. Transition back up here and just see how it does. So yeah, definitely a bumpy ride. I'd suggest if you are driving through the grass, you know, definitely cut your speed down a little bit. Go a little slower will make for a smoother ride. So but yeah, I mean, overall, as you just saw, I mean, we had no issues going through any of that grass, and going from a dead stop to a start, had a little hesitation, but it got up and going just fine. So yeah. So overall, so far, I mean, really impressed with the scooter. Oh, yeah. Oh. All right, so that concludes our little outdoor test drive here. I mean, yeah, so the buzz around CarryOn Heavy Duty, you know, very excited for this scooter to hit the market. I mean, I think overall it outdoes the standard CarryOn, and it has that 400-pound weight capacity. So it's going to be something that works for more people out there, has some nicer features. And overall, I mean, if I'm looking for a travel scooter, something that folds up easy, is easy to transport, this would definitely be my top pick. So as always, we appreciate you watching. We hope you liked our video. If you did, you know, please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe for more content. I'm Jake with Broadway Home Medical, and we'll catch you on the next one.